What's up, witches? Let me fix my camera for a minute. Try to get this right. Yay, there we go. I think we got it. How is my Witchy School of Wisdom peeps? Hopefully great. Happy Wednesday. Let me go ahead and get you pulled up on my phone because Facebook, you know, is slow. All right, so we got you pulled up. Perfect. So maybe I can see comments. So how is everyone? Happy Wednesday. It is now Witchy Wisdom Wednesday in the Witchy School of Wisdom Facebook group. So welcome. Let me invite some people in. If you're here, say hello. Invite some friends. I'm going to invite some people in. Before we get started. If you're here, give me a big witchy hello. See if I can see some comments. Yay, comments are coming in. So if you're here, give me some hearts up. Give me some thumbs up. Tanya's here. Chanel's here. Brennan, y'all are so cool. I'm so glad y'all showed up. Trying to get the comments going on here. There we go. So how is everyone? Let's pull some cards before we get started. Hope y'all are enjoying Wednesday. It is hot out here today in Texas, but we are thankful for the sun to get us energized and moving forward. Let's pull a card. Let's pull a card. Let's pull for my all the way back here. Stretch from New Zealand. Yay! And Michelle's here. Hey, Amethyst. Michelle's here. Hello, thank you for joining us. Yay, cards. Yeah, we're going to pull a couple of cards while I wait for people to get come on in because Facebook takes a while to notify my folks. So let's just pull some cards before we get started. Today is Witchy Wisdom Wednesday. I come on here live to share all kinds of tips and tricks on how to be more magical and be more witchy in your life. So let me introduce myself before we pull cards. My name is Madam Z, and I am the head mistress of the Witchy School of Wisdom, and I empower females and women coming out of the broom closet. And I teach them witchy metaphysical classes and empower them through the magic of magic. So along my coaching, you'll get a little bit of magic and a little bit of empowerment. So hey, what's not to like with that, right? Hey, Lindsay, I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. Everyone's here. And let's pull a card. Oh, we wait for some people to come in. If you guys are catching the replay, hit hashtag replay. And I will comment and reply to you as soon as I can. Yeah, Chanel is in New Zealand, so she's kind of, I wouldn't say backwards, but she's opposite of our seasons. So it's cold there. So the opposite of what we're going through. So with the wheel of the year, her hemisphere is going to be totally different than our hemisphere and what we are celebrating. So we have to be mindful of that. So today we're going to pull from this deck. Yay. And as you can see, I kind of changed my altar in the back. As you can see, I changed it up because I felt a little bit inward and a little bit like of a dark goddess this month. Usually people are like, hey, it's sunny outside. This is a time for being outside and being playful. And this is a time for me to stay inside and not go outside. So I do a lot of internal and meditation and ritual work with the dark goddess. For me, this is my internal time. as far as coming out and being playful and joyous and getting out in nature, that is the fall and winter time for me. So it's very important that you connect with nature and connect with the wheel of the year based on how you connect with and not with what you're told. I can teach you that, right, in my one-on-one courses, but if you don't resonate with that, I highly suggest and highly encourage you to create your own wheel of year. If you don't resonate with the llamas or Mabon, and that's not how you resonate with that part of the wheel of the year, flip it up. Create your own wheel of the year. Do whatever makes you feel happy in your practice and what you resonate with. As long as you have the foundation of what the traditional wheel of the year and you have a solid foundation of the practices of that, then I encourage you to really make your witchcraft and your practice yourself and more intuitive and more in tune and more connected to you. So that's why I have kind of like the dark goddess going on back here, because I felt like I need to stay inside and do some internal stuff instead of going outside and being burned by the sun. So I encourage you to do that. Let's see. Lindsay's here. Welcome, Lindsay. And Chanel said, oh, wow, what a beautiful deck. Love the picture. Yes, she is, Kavanaugh, I think is her last name. She has a couple of oracle decks, and this is her first tarot deck. We are moving, yeah. Michelle said we are moving to fall right now. I'm feeling it. Yeah. Hey, Elizabeth, I feel it too. I feel it pulling. I feel it pulling. So let's pull a card before we get started. We have some important things to talk about that I want to share with you today. We are going to talk about the magical uses of moon water and what to do with that. So let's pull a card before we let some people in and say hello. So this is kind of a creepy, cute tarot deck. It's a match between a tarot and an oracle deck for me. Hey, Ellen, welcome. Welcome to Witchy Wednesdays. So we have the Page of Cups. And this is, it's funny that I pulled this, right? Because in this deck, it means inventiveness. Cups has to do with your emotions, your connection with people, your relationships, your feelings, your creativity. So the pages are always about being childlike energy, inventing yourself over again, inventing new ideas, which is exactly what I talked about, inventing your own wheel of the year that you connect with, right? So look at your practice, invent some new ways of doing things, think outside the box, be creative. I can teach you what to do and some different ways of doing things to bring everyday magic into your life. But I want you to get that creative brain going and use that, the cups energy, which is the cups energy, female energy, which is intuitive, which is flow, which is being more childlike and nurturing. So let's look at creating a practice for you around that. So if you're feeling stagnant, you need to start doing some more creative energy work, okay? Yeah, it's a cool deck. This is her first tarot deck. Her name is Kavanaugh something something. But she usually has oracle decks, but this is her first tarot. And I love it. There's the Fool card, exploration. Yep, love it. So I have a list of what we need to talk about. Give me some hearts up if you guys are a moon water baby. If you love working with the moon water, because this is going to be the class for you. And I have notes so I don't forget. I have all kinds of cool little notes. Moon babies, yeah, give me some hearts up for some moon babies. If y'all love working with moon water. Yay! All right, awesome. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to use everyday moon water in your practice. Now, this is how I keep my moon water in a little jar. I used to keep it in the blue one, but right now, I'm keeping it in this colored one, the black one. For some reason, I am attached right now to the dark colors, which you can't even tell really because I'm wearing blue. Hey, Angela. So keep it in a jar of your choice. It could be fancy. It could be as simple as a regular plain old mason jar. Doesn't really matter. It just has to resonate with you. Just start keeping and start collecting moon water. Okay, and here's tips on how to do it. Moon water is, hey Lindsay, let's see what Lindsay says. Storm water. Yep. Key jar, thanks. Yeah, when you collect storm water, it is totally different energy than moon water. Storm water is for transformation. Storm water is for getting active, is for changing shit up drastically. It's almost like a tower card moment. Okay, so the energy of the moon water and the storm water is going to be different. So let's talk about by 2020. Can you believe that? I have written down 20 tips. Make sure you write these down. Get a pen and paper. 20 magical uses of moon water. So before I start, let's give you a tip on how to collect moon water. You can collect moon water by putting it out, right? Any jug of water, any kind of water out in the moon where it infuses the energy of the moon water. And I usually, I like to do it for a cycle of 24, but sometimes you can't. You could just do it as when it dusk to dawn or dawn to dusk, whatever it is, and just infuse that energy of the moon water. If you can't, set it out there for 24 hours. But I like to do it for 24 hours. But that's just me personally. So what number one that you can use moon water for is to cleanse your crystals. Just take the infused moon water and just sprinkle your crystals with it. Or some of the crystals you can actually immerse in water. Some of them you cannot. So make sure you know which ones you can immerse in water and which ones are soluble. So you want to make sure that that is correct. If you have any doubts, just sprinkle it with moon water. Okay. Number 2, let me get my pen out so I don't mess up. Number 2, anoint your altars with it. I am huge on anointing altars, anointing myself, anointing people who come into circle. Some people are allergic to essential oils. Some people are allergic to sprays or smudging. This is a really good alternative to using sacred smudge, sacred, sage, that kind of thing, is using it for moon water. Getting it, just dab it on your third eye and on your heart chakra and on the back of your neck, also because you receive messages through the back of the brain. Hi, Victoria. So anoint your altar for sure, because I anoint all my altars. Another tip is to clean your sacred space with moon water, or clean your house or your floors. Floor washes are huge with moon water, the magic of moon water. If you add a little bit of salt, if you take a little vessel of moon water, add a little bit of salt, that is going to be making a sacred energy clearing, kind of sprinkle it around, or you can put it in a spray bottle. And you use that to clear out the energy. If you're doing a home blessing, if you have my checklist, or you went to my monthly magical, monthly magical tracker, I think it was what it was. We put in the little box that you need to cleanse your house. So you want to make sure that you have this moon water readily available for you to cleanse your house. Okay. Another thing that you can do is when you're taking a sacred ritual bath, and you want to, hey Desi, thanks for being here. You want to put in a couple of drops, pour in a couple of splashes of moon water into your sacred bath, along with your essential oils, along with your flowers, your herbs, whatever you want to do with your sacred bath, is adding some moon energy into the ritual bath. And here's another tip that you guys are probably going to freak out about, but I'm going to tell you. Drink it infused with the power of the moon. Okay, so just a little story. When I was living in Alabama, it was a full moon, and we had a full moon ritual, and my Circle Sister always comes over early so we can just hang out and chat before a ritual. And she usually used to spend the night because she had a long drive. And after we're in ritual, you kind of get what we call the ritual fuzzies or ritual drunks kind of thing. So I don't usually let people drive right afterwards, so they have to like hang out for a while. But she just usually spent the night. So Blair comes into the house in the driveway, and he was like, "What are all these jugs of water in the front lawn?" And I was like, "Oh, Blair, you know it's full moon. You know Lisa puts all her jugs out there in the full moon. So don't freak out about, oh my God, how much you're collecting full moon. It's not really collecting full moon as far as that. It is infusing the water with full moon. So if you go to the store, get spring water, distilled water, natural water, whatever kind of water you get, make sure it is pure. You don't even have to open the jug of water. All you have to do is take the jugs of water out there into either the patio, into your lawn, into, your table, on the windowsill, whatever it is, so it gets the energy of the moon water. Okay, so you can drink infused moon water, even though it is in spring water, right, or distilled water, or whatever kind of water you use or drink. You can still use the magic of that in drinking, and we'll talk some more about that. Another tip is making essential oil diffusers. I have a diffuser back there, if you can see it, just a little white one right there. Instead of using plain old tap water when you're putting it diffusing, put some moon water in it. Infuse your entire home, magical space, whatever it is, with the magic of the moon, the power of the moon, and essential oils. That is a powerful combination. Okay. Here's a really good one for our green and herbal witches. Is you want to water your plants with infused moon water. Does it need to be a clear night? No. No. Because you get in the energy of the moon, even though you don't see it, the energy still comes through. So no, it doesn't have to be a clear night. The moon is still there, even though you can't see it. It's like an energy. The energy is still there, even though you can't see it. Okay? You still want to put it out there. The moon is still out there. So make sure you still put your water out there, even though if you can't physically see the moon, the energy is still there. And Lindsay said, it is just full moon, or can you infuse it with new moon energy as well? I like to, it depends on your intention. I don't like to mix the two different energies. And I suggest you don't, because they have different intentions. If you want to infuse one jug or one jar with full moon water, then you would write full moon water on the jug. If you want to infuse new moon water, you write new moon water on a jug. Two separate energies, okay? So I wouldn't infuse it all in one. Now you can put them, when you're doing workings, put a little bit of it in your workings together and mix it, but don't mix the whole entire jug together, because it's a totally different energy. Okay, so keep the two jugs separate. One for full moon, one for new moon. The energies are totally different. You're welcome, Angela. So our little baby plants need the energy of the full moon too. So don't just use regular tap water, okay? Use full moon water. I have one plant, I think it's a spider plant, that was just not thriving at all, and I was just using regular tap water. Hated it. It was like getting all brown, didn't thrive, was weeping, wasn't growing. And I was like, I need to give you some moon water. So as soon as I started watering her with moon water, she perked up. She's living large now, so she's doing really well. So make sure that we take care of our herbs and our plants the way Mother and Nature intended it, Mom Gaia, and start watering them with the energy of the moon water. And like I said, you don't have to have this cute little jar, right? This is just for me to put it on my altar. You can do huge, huge jugs of water and just put it out there, okay? So that way you have tons of water to water your plants and for cooking and for cleaning and for drinking. Ellen, that's what I do. I just make some soap with new moon water. That's another one. Thank you. Thank you, Ellen, for sharing that. She uses moon water in her magical soap making practice. I don't make soap, so I wouldn't have thought about that. But yes, yep, be creative, right? You're welcome, Lindsay. This is another one. Make a smudge spray out of it. So put oil, essential oils. I usually use lavender and sage, and then I use water in it. Put some water in it. You can use any combination, frankincense, myrrh, or pine and lavender, or cedar and lavender, cedar and sage, whatever it is, and put a couple drops of your moon water in it. Or if you want to make it all water, which I usually put a little bit of distilled alcohol in it. Chanel says, interesting, I have an aloe vera plant that goes brown. Try it and see what happens. This is so interesting. I'm off to buy some glass jugs. Yeah. Let me look at my calendar real fast, and I'll tell you when the next full moon is, so we can get you prepared. So let me look for the next full moon. Full moon in August, around the 15th, full moon in Aquarius, which is really good for water. So you start collecting stuff on the 15th and start putting your jugs out on the 16th of August. Okay, so we have time. All right, so we're going to make a smudge spray out of it. Smudge your room, smudge your altar, smudge yourself. Go smudge yourself. Whatever it is, create your own stuff. Anoint your magical tools. This is huge. I use moon water for this all the time. Anoint your athame, anoint your altar, anoint your crystals, like I talked about. Anoint your chalice, anoint your pentacles. I have a big pentacle that I put in the middle of my altar work. It's like this. Your bolin, your besom, any of your magical tools, your wand, you want to anoint with water. Let's see. Lindsay said, when you're done with your 20 ways, can you elaborate more on what new moon water would be used for versus full moon? Yeah, sure. Add some of, here's a cool thing that I do too, is take some of that moon water and give it to your familiars. Give it to your pets. Even if you have like a big horse or whatever, you don't have like jugs and jugs, just put a little sprinkle of moon water in it. I have a little tiny chihuahua, so this would last her days for sure. But change out regular tap water for infused moon water for her. It's just regular spring water. It's just infused with the moon. And so that she starts, or I always say she because my familiar is a she, but it starts getting the magical essence of the moon water while she's drinking it. Okay. So don't forget about your plants for the herbal medicine or your green witch. And don't forget about your familiars. They need magic too. Okay. They're part of your practice, so they have to be cleared out. They have to have infused with magical energy. She's over there sleeping, matter of fact. And so don't forget about them. They have to have that also. Another one is cleanse your tarot decks. This bad boy needs to be cleansed, especially after a tough reading. Just sprinkle her like this with water. Infused moon water, just like that. And she's good to go. Okay. You can do also oracle cards with that also. Instead, if you don't do tarot, people sometimes freak out about tarot, which I don't know why. If you freak out about tarot, you really shouldn't be in this group. Really, you shouldn't. But some people are more inclined to use oracle than tarot. So any divination tool really can be cleansed with moon water. Hey, Lisa, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So make a home cleansing spray. It's almost the same thing as a spiritual spray, but sometimes people do different sprays versus what their intentions are. For example, their home spray may have different essential oils in it and different intentions of what those correspondence of what those essential oils are versus their altar cleansing spray, or if you're doing chakra work, what that cleansing spray is different, or what if you're cleansing or clearing out your aura, what that cleansing spray is going to be different. But they're all going to be infused with water, the power of the moon. So you may want to do separate sprays. So make a cleansing spray for your home. And speaking of workings, right, use it in chakra work. And not only chakra work, any kind of healing work that you do. You can make little vials or little spray bottles and have the symbols on every single chakra symbol on every single spray bottle. They're different. The symbols are different. The chakras are different, but that infusion of the moon water is specific for that symbol of that chakra. You can also do it for runes. You can also do it for sigils. You can do all kinds of stuff with this for healing energy. Just add some moon water into your spray bottles, your essential oils, when you're working with clearing out that junk and that crazy energy. So are you guys okay so far? You guys loving this? Give me some hearts up. I feel like I'm talking too much. I feel like I'm not getting any feedback from y'all. So are you guys okay? You guys okay? Give me some hearts up. You guys are okay? Am I giving you guys some new ideas on how to use moon water? Yeah, here they come. Okay. Hey, okay, some hearts. Angela's love it. Lindsay. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I wasn't talking too much. So, yeah, okay, we're good. So let's move on. Here's another one for my kitchen witcheries people. Kitchen witches, and we're going to talk about a lot of this in the challenge that is coming up on Monday. So make sure you get on that challenge that's coming up on Monday, and there is a link in there. We start on Monday. If you are not in the newsletter to get the recipes that are coming to you, to get all the goodies that are not in my Facebook page, when I go live, it's only going to be available to people who sign up. We're going to talk about kitchen witchery. So that only stuff is going to be going out to people on my email list. So make sure you get on my email list. So kitchen witchery. How many kitchen witches do we have? Give me some hearts, some thumbs up. Angela's taking notes. Yay! Pen to paper, right? So if you are a kitchen witch and you do all your magic in the kitchen, give me some hearts up for that. So for all of our, I see them come through. For all of our witchy kitchen witches, cook with your moon water and your spaghetti. When it calls for water or chicken stock or whatever it is, get that big old jug of moon water out and use it. That is where your magic is at. Your magic is in kitchen witchery. It's in healing. It's in infusing. It's a protection. It's for health. It's all of the magic that you do in the kitchen is intentional. So why not add the power of the moon water that's infused into your kitchen witchery? Think about it, right? So instead of just filling it up with regular tap water that we've been talking about, put some water in there that's infused from the moon. We're building our magic, right? So here's another one for our beauty rituals. Use it. We talked about using it for a ritual bath. Lindsay, blaze and exploding for the best way. Yay! I'm so glad y'all are getting some of this stuff, and I'm glad that I'm helping y'all. Beauty magic routine. Wash your hair in it. We talked about ritual ritual baths. And we talked about, let's add it to your face toner. If you use face toner, add a little bit of face tone, essential oils to that. The moon water, to that. If you use it for lotions, add a little bit of water to the lotions, even though That's different for me because my skin is so dry. I have to have thick lotion because I don't like ones that kind of water. But a couple of drops isn't going to hurt you. If you're using face masks, if you're anointing yourself, from head to toe with water, infuse your beauty products with it. Just take the regular, I don't know what y'all use, I don't know, swab. Open the bottle up, put a couple drops of moon water in it, set your intentions on it, right? Infuse it with your intentions, screw the bottle back on, and you're good to go. Put it in conditioner, put it on your face wash, put it in your lotion, anoint your mirror in the kitchen, anoint your mirror in the bathroom with this. So everything that you see in the mirror is beautiful, powerful, wonderful. You are exactly where you need to be. You are infused in that moon energy, okay? So those are some beauty magic routines. Use it for scrying. Oh, let's see. Chanel, so many great ideas. Oh, so good. Yay. Hearts up. Okay, here's another one that I love to do, and I don't know why I have never shared this before or even showed you about it, but use it for scrying. I do a lot of wax scrying, but I have a couple of different ways to do it. I do candle wax scrying, which is I just scry when the wax melts down the side of it, and then I do divination of the wax also. But another way I do it, especially during Samhain, is I have a scrying bowl. This right here, if I could get it right, this right here, move out of the way, I think, yeah, right there, that's a scrying mirror, okay? But I have a scrying bowl. It was gifted to me by my very first high priestess, and she has handmade it for me. And it's a beautiful crystal bowl that she painted in black, and it has a stand. And I infuse that with water, and I pour my moon water in there for divination instead of just plain old water. And I put my finger in it, and I infuse it with my intentions, and it has the power of the moon water. So do some scrying with moon water, do some divination with it. And then what I do is I take the wax and I pour the melted wax into the swirling moon water, and I will divine symbols and do some divination from that. So use moon water for divination. If you do a scrying bowl, or if you do a mirror, you can put a couple of drops of moon water on your mirror and look for symbols there, okay? Make a magical tea and coffee out of it, right? And we're going to talk about this in day 1, your morning routine, in my challenge that is coming up Monday, how to make a magical coffee. So we're going to be looking at making your coffee in tea with it, which is another way to drink it, but it's kind of different. For some people don't like tea, some people like iced tea, iced coffee, ritual tea, everyday drinking. So that's a little bit different. Here is for some cool ideas. Remember we just pulled a card for being, what was it, intuitive or creative? We talked about the Page of Cups, okay? This is some really good tips. These next 2 tips are a lot of fun when you want to bring in your childlike energy, when you want to bring, maybe even for ritual. And let's see what Elizabeth says. Oh, Chanel says I'm going to have to watch the replay, take notes, just have to run my set. Yeah, the replay will be up. It'll be up. So, yeah, feel free. And if you can't watch it, it'll be on my YouTube channel. So check out my YouTube channel, too. And Elizabeth said, ooh, making coffee more magical is already than it already is. I know, right? We're going to talk about that on Monday in my challenge. Okay. So the next 2 ones are more like dealing or bringing out your inner child, or doing summer fun activities or ritual for summer. So these are more childlike kind of energy, which we all need, because obviously we do, because we just pulled that card. So use for moon water is to paint with it. Instead of regular watercolor, use moon water to paint your magic. Infuse it, your watercolors, with the moon water. While you're painting, all of your intentions are going into the painting, into the water, into the paint. Elizabeth was replying to Tanya. I forget it too. Tanya Atkins. Yeah, great list. Oh, thank you. So do some magical painting. Instead of using regular bottled water like we talked about, or out of the tap, get your moon water out, put it in your little jug. I don't do a lot of watercolors because I suck at painting, but get your brush wet with the moon water and infuse it with what your intentions are while you're painting it. You're creating your magic. Whatever you want to paint with, or what that picture is, you're infusing it with the power of the moon. Get your kids involved in painting. If you have little witchlings, that's a wonderful thing to do. And while you're bringing in the magic while they're having fun also. Lindsay says, more brain exploding, painting sigils for clients. Correct. Yeah, Lindsay, you can do so much with this. I thought about you when I was writing some of this stuff out, especially the sigils and the runes and the divinations and stuff we talked about. Another one is, you guys are gonna crack up when I tell you this, when I share this with you. Fill up water balloons with moon water. So you can have a whole fun day of being magical and fun, water painting, water balloons. And every time you hit that person with water balloons, you're like, oh, you've been baptized by Hecate. You've been baptized by the moon, right? Have fun with it. So yeah, enjoy yourself. Bring your kitties into it, your witchlings into it. Have fun. Don't get so stuck in, oh, everything has to be ritual. Everything has to be serious. Start bringing your childlike energy into working with the moons, and that includes painting, finger painting. That includes filling up with water balloons. That includes, if you're doing a slip and slide, put some water in it, moon water in it. So if you had a kiddie pool that's hanging out in the back, right, and your kids are all hanging out there having a good time, just put a couple drops of moon water in it, infuse it before they even know it. They won't even know, right? But you're anointing them with the power of the moon. Tanya's like, I want to play with moon water. It's fantastic. You will see your workings explode with full moon water. Lindsay said, sounds like something for a retreat. Witchy moon water fights. I know. We need to. And the retreat, speaking of that, Lindsay, thank you, is going to be happening on a full moon. And I planned it that way in October. So, and I encouraged everyone on the list that's already on the retreat. I've sent all the emails out of the list for them to bring, which includes jars. Which includes baggies, which includes containers to collect things. Because as witches, we are always collecting things. So make sure that you are actually collecting stuff, okay? And we are doing that on the retreat. So we'll be doing a drawing down the full moon ritual also, which will include bringing in some moon water. Add some water, or the moon water, to cut flowers, especially if you're doing ritual work and you have fresh cut flowers. Fill that base up with the feminine energy of moon water, okay? And the last one, of course, is giving it as an offering, either during ritual, either plants, either to a goddess that you're working with, especially a water goddess. Use it as an offering. Go out to, I have a tree out in the back that is dedicated to all my offerings. I don't know why it's a he. I feel it's a he, so he gets all my offerings. So pour some, it kind of reminds me of, oh, pour one out for the homies, right? Give some to the goddess, and that, you can't get any more magical than offering to the goddess full moon water that's been charged with the full moon, especially during rituals, especially during offerings. especially when you feel that the plants need a little bit of water, especially fairies and gnomes, because they also like to drink a little bit of water. Water gun fight with moon water. Yep. Yes. See how creative you guys are getting now? See how it's starting to flow like water? I love it. You guys are so great. Get your ass in here. I hear that. Yeah. Awesome. So I'm hoping that you are living a magical life, and this will give you some super simple tips and how to bring more magic into your everyday life. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be, all heavy. It can be fun. I just want to give you some tips on how to do that. So our time is up. I've got a call like at 3:30. I've got to get ready for an interview on a podcast. So I want you to start collecting your moon water. Start writing down your uses for it in your book of shadows. Watching, hey Pamela, I hope you catch the replay. We're just about to sign off. So start making your list of magical uses and write this down. Watch the replay and make up your own list. Make up your own things that you want to do. Elizabeth says, thank you, Susie. I love all the ideas. Can't wait to use it. Yay! And another thing is with kiddos is if you're making Play-Doh or anything like that, put some moon water. Because I think Play-Doh has moon water or water. I think it does. The last time I made it, it does. So use some moon water making Play-Doh. Okay? Or if you're using that clay, you can make your own clay and then you dry it. We used to do it when we were kids. Play-Doh ornaments, I think it was, or something, I forget. So think about that too. And you can do it in the shape of magical shapes like sigils, moons, goddesses, pentacles, and just dry it and use it for a magical tool. All right, do not forget to sign up for my free 5-day Read Your Magic challenge that starts on Monday. If you are not signed up for the list, in my email list, you will not get my goodies. That sounded really bad, but you know what I meant. You will not get all of my insider tips that I will not share in the Facebook group. Only people signed up on my challenge will get that. So sign up. All right, I will say merry part, and merry meet again. And we will see you all in the Witchy School of Wisdom Facebook group. Bye, y'all. Bye.